Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dum. La 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 da 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 dee. Da 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 dum. Back in 1975, Olivia Newton-John had a big hit with John Farrar's song "Have You Never Been Mellow." The chorus, "Have you never been mellow? Have you never tried to find a comfort from inside you? Have you never been happy just to hear your song? Have you never let someone else be strong?" Reminds me far too much of little old me, especially the 5 words, "Have you never been happy?" I've been happy. I've been described as being perpetually upbeat, a false observation, but one that was reasonable given my presentation style of, "There's got to be a pony in here somewhere," when confronted by challenging situations. I was 14 years old when ONJ's song was playing on the radio, a moody teen, but one who was optimistic. An optimism that sadly has burrowed deep underground to Dr. Strangelove's A-bomb bunker, a man who was under the influence of Isaac Asimov's mule. I'm down, far more than I'm up, as my recent poetry makes obvious. I mourn my Bob Marley, "everything's gonna be all right" attitude. Of course, we know what happened to Bob. May he rest in power. I know the pendulum swings. I know the world is full of people who actually believe that equality under the law should be the norm, that enforcing the law should not be undertaken by people who hate other and love to bully anyone who stands in their path. Humans are inherently selfish, but must we be blatantly cruel? Must we shout our disdain for evil other with malicious cruelty? Is the best we can do is berate, hate, hate? Must we support laws that are designed to keep those people in their proper place while exalting mega-rich criminals? My body hurts all the time. I miss the optimism that was inculcated in me by living through an era where greater equality within the USA was creeping forward, an era where the Civil Rights Act of 1964, Civil Rights Act of 1965, Civil Rights Act of 1968, aka the Fair Housing Act, Civil Rights Restoration Act of 1987, and the Civil Rights Act of 1991 became law. Don't forget voting. Things like the 24th Amendment, elimination of a poll tax, Voting Rights Acts of 1970, Voting Rights Acts Amendment of 1975, Voting Rights Acts Amendment of 1982, and the Voting Rights Act of 2006. How about Equal Employment Opportunity Act of 1972, the Fair Housing Amendment Act of 1988, and good God Almighty, we needed the Emmett Till Anti-Lynching Act? You know, all of that DEI stuff, what Trump calls shit and uses to fan the flames of hatred against evil other, those who are not white, male Protestants born on U.S. soil, and preferably the mega-rich and or the mega-prejudice. Yeah, I get down, but as MZ, one of my friends from way back in 1973, recently reminded me, it's kind of like an x-ray. We can now see the nasty stuff beneath the surface, but it can also make you sterile. I'm striving to be one of those on the medical team that surgically removes this tumor, this cancer, from our nation's underbelly. Remember, hope and joy are forms of resistance. Oh, freedom, songwriter Jay Baird. Oh, freedom, oh, freedom, oh, freedom over me. And before I'd be a slave, I'd be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free. Oh, freedom, oh, freedom, oh, freedom over me. And before I'd be a slave, I'd be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free. No more weeping, don't you know? No more weeping over me. And before I'd be a slave, I'd be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free. Oh, freedom, oh, freedom, oh, freedom, oh, freedom over me. And before I'd be a slave, I'd be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free. And before I'd be a slave, I'd be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free.